Hello everyone, so in today's video I will show you how to set up on Hyper-V cluster and also add it to SCVMM and also set up a SCSI disk that the cluster will use to store the VMs, and at the end we will create a few PVS machines and we will see if everything works. So it will be a pretty long video. Nevertheless, I will go through all the steps. Okay, let's start the SCVMM server and to Hyper-V hypervisors. So the Hyper-Vs have the role installed and also the cluster role installed, because we don't have time to install everything in one video. And also the SCVMM has the console installed, but nothing is configured. Okay, let's start with the SCSI, because we need to. So I'm here on the Windows 2022 server, and I have installed the SCSI role. You can install that very easily. Just add roles, next, and here under file and storage services, just check this one. So is SCSI target server. So this will be used to create a disk and bind it to the Hyper-Vs, so that they will believe that this remote disk is their own disk on their own, mounted on their own operating system, but it's remote and it the traffic goes through the network. So the role is installed for me. I will just go and create a new disk. I will I have empty drive here, and I will create the disk here. Can I type a custom path? No, that's, oh, let me wait. Let me just see, because I have something here. No, let me delete this one, because this is created through the wizard, so that we have everything clean. Okay. Okay, now we can start. So this is the disk where I will create the this is the disk where I will create the virtual disk. Okay, one more time, F, and then go next. Just type a name, vdisk, doesn't matter, but it will, you will see the path here. So next, let's make it 120. Okay, I will go with dynamically, because in this way it will just create a few megabytes and it will grow as we write it on it. Okay, next we have to define a new SCSI target. Let's say, I don't have any idea. My target, doesn't matter. Okay, next. Okay, now initiators. Now we need to add the hosts that will try to connect to this disk. I already have here two, but you can also try it like this and add the IP addresses. I'm going with the DNS and name, and I will just go. So this is the first one. Go OK, and one more. V02. Okay. So they will not show up just like that. You have to just search them. Hyper V03. I believe I have another one. Yeah. Okay. And just I go like this, and it should add them to your list. Maybe it will try to contact them, but this one doesn't exist. So the 03 does not exist. It's only the computer object. Unable to determine. Okay. Yeah, because it's offline. This is why it cannot do that, because it doesn't even exist. Okay, so we have what we need. Hyper-V and Hyper-V02. Next, I will not enable any authentication. I'll just go next and create. Okay, close. Okay, so the disk is created, and you can take a look at it. The initiators, so those two hosts will have access to connect to the disk. Okay, so this was on the on this server, and of course you have to check the firewall. I don't remember the port, but we will see it later on. You have to have an open port for this type of communication. Nevertheless, let's go to the Hyper-V servers and Hyper-V02. Okay, so I will just start the management console to show you that nothing is configured. So not even the network. We will configure that soon, but let's add that disk. Okay, so this is just to see, and the initiator will connect to our disk. So the only thing we have to do here is to type the IP 115. I hope it's 115. Where we have the yes, 115. Okay. So let's see. Does it go with refresh? No, we have to go with a quick connect. Okay. Let me try to do close and connect advanced, because we need to disconnect and connect one more time, because I want to define the IP addresses and the adapter that will be used. I don't want to go with the default. Okay, and here we should see it. Okay, let me do one more time the same thing, because disconnect. Okay, remove this one. Okay, we can leave this one, and now connect. Advanced. Okay. Okay, now We also have it. Okay, perfect. So this was the first one, and we should be able to see the disk in the disk manager. Okay, and here is our disk. We just have to take it online. Initialize the disk as GPT, yes. And you do not need to edit a drive letter, because not even a volume name, because you will see later that when we initiate the cluster, something will change. Okay, so this was on the first one, and let's do the same thing on the second one. iSCSI initiator, yes. 68, 35, and 115. Click done. Now disconnect, remove, and again connect and advanced. Okay. And now, okay, good, perfect. And we have it, okay, perfect. Auto configure. Why does it look, take it? Wait. Let me also add it, or not. Let me just see it in through MMC. Because here I don't need to re-add it, because we formatted it on the other one. What is it? Disk. Okay, finish. Okay, just want to see that it's visible. Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, we leave it like this because we want to create the cluster. Okay, perfect. So let's create the cluster. Let me create it from Hyper-V, from this one. So before I create the cluster, I will create the network. From my point of view, this is the safest way, or the way that it will work for me. And let's, okay, allow, perfect. Let's go apply. Yes, we will lose connection to the Hyper-V, but we will reconnect. And we do the same thing, the same name on the second one. Okay, and apply, yes. Okay, reconnect. Okay, it's done. Just click OK. So we have our virtual switch. Okay, perfect. I can close now this. Now let's reconnect to the second one. Okay, perfect. So both Hyper-Vs have now a network configured, and it's the same on both. Let's create the cluster. But before I do that, let me see if I need to delete the old cluster, because I've had one before in DNS. And if you have one and you give it the same name, it will not work. Hyper-V cluster. So let me delete the DNS entry, and also if I have the computer object, see, find Hyper-V. So I will delete this one too. Delete, because during the cluster creation they will be recreated, and I want to have a new clean one. Let's go back now. Let's create the cluster. Create cluster. Next, let's give it hype. I will give it hype. Oh, just cluster. No, hype because I know why. Oh no, wait. Here we have to add. Here I didn't read. Here we have to add our two hosts, and that will create the cluster hyper v02. Okay, now we can go on. Yes, we want to do the checking. Next. 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 It's now validating if a cluster can be configured. Let's see if everything works. This will take a little bit of time. Okay, so the test is ready and I have some warnings. Hope nothing bad. Let's see the report. Okay. So networking, let's see what is the problem here. Other communication, only one. Okay, I have only one interface. Okay, this is not too bad. So that is one warning. That software updates level. Okay, so I'm missing an update on one of the, so on Hyper-V 02, I'm missing this update. This is not a problem either. And anything else? No. So only two problems. Oh, network system configuration. Oh, let's see what is this. Ah, yeah, it's the same. So nothing to worry about. We can continue, finish, and now it's asking for the name. And it's asking for an IP address because this will be written in the DNS, and this will be the computer object type star. So both the computer object in AD and the DNS entry will be created through this process. So when you do this, you should have a user that is allowed to create computer objects in AD. Next. Okay, we do not want to add now the disk. Go next. This should be done in a few seconds if we don't have any issues or operation failed. Why? Okay, so it seems that we have an error. Let's wait. It does a cleanup. Okay, let's see what has happened. Cleaning up. Cluster. file when that file already exists. What file? Okay. Cluster. Okay, let me run it one more time. I don't really know what the issue is. Let me check AD. So it did not create the cluster, the occupator object. Let's see DNS entries. Hyper-V. No, nothing yet. Okay, let's do it one more time. Create cluster. Next. V and V02. Okay. Cluster name. Okay, let's try it one more time. Okay, the second time worked. I don't know what happened the first time. Let's see the report. No errors whatsoever. Okay. Okay. Finish. Okay, we have now our cluster. No role install, no role configured, but we will configure that later. Both our nodes, and now let's add the storage, and it will automatically detect that that disk that we just added through the SCSI app. And we also need to add to cluster shared volumes, because only like this both hosts will be able to write on the same disk at the same time. Okay, and done. So basically we are done. And let's also now take a look in the disk management. You remember that when we created, we brought this disk online, and we formatted it to be GPT, but as you can see, the clustering process changed it, and we will leave it like this. And one more thing, this location. Okay, so let's continue. So we added the disk. We've created the cluster. Let's also add the cluster to SCVMM. Where is my SCVMM? This one. Okay, let's start the console. So as I told you, the SCVMM is completely empty, nothing is configured, so we have no hosts, no nothing. Let's add let's create a server group, or create a host group first. Come on. Group. Okay, and let's add the cluster. We need a domain, not really a domain user, but a user that is an admin on both Hyper-V servers. ADM. Okay, and it's this one, and the password. Finish. Okay. And go next. And V. So I just need to add one because it is clustered. It detects both, and we just select the cluster, not the host itself. Then we go next. No, because this was never the case, and finish. Okay. So our cluster is now added. It does take a little bit of time because it needs to install the agents on both machines, and this is what it's actually doing. Installing and configuring, and we have a little bit of warnings that multipath is not enabled. We don't care, and that our Hyper-Vs needs to restart. Let's restart them. So the job is done. Correct. Refresh. Okay. The jobs are done. Oh no. I closed the console by mistake. Let's go to our fabric Hyper-Vs and restart. Yes. And we can see that they actually restart in our console, in our workstation, because everything is virtualized here by me. Okay, is up, and the first one is a little bit slower. But this one should be up in any minute. Okay, perfect. So let's go back and let's see our cluster. So we have our cluster now. Let me reconnect. Now we should create the VMs. The mounted disk that is used by the cluster, you will find it here on the C drive, cluster storage, and volume 1. So here will the VM, all your VM disks or VM information will be stored, and we need to create a few VMs, and I need a file Where is it? 1 second. Okay, I found my file. So I will create a few machines that will work through PVS, and I need this disk because this disk contains so this is the boot disk that will send the VMs directly to the PVS server, because I do not have a PXE configured. And we will use the disk, and it should be here. Let me also copy it into the volume, because actually here it should be. And let's create a few VMs with Ansible, because that's the fastest way. Okay, so this is our cluster. No VMs until now. Let's create a few. Let me connect to where is it? To Ansible. Okay. So where do I have my playbook stored? Where is it? Where is it? 1 second. It's in Ansible and Hyper-V, and it's the one create VMs. Okay. Ansible playbook 1 and limit 4. So I will create them on one of the two hosts, and we will test to see if the failover also works. So Hyper-V and ask volt pass. Okay. Cluster, and the file that contains the information about the VMs is called gen2c. Okay. And this will create the VMs. Where is it? Hyper-V. Do I have a console? Or we can see them in SCVMM. Where is it? Here. So let's see. But this will take, oh no, it doesn't take too much time. Let's go back to Ansible. So after I'm creating them, I'm also making them highly available. So if we turn off one host in the cluster, the other one can take over. So the VMs are created, no errors. Where is it? SCVMM, come on. Okay, so both are on, so all three are on the same hypervisor, so on Hyper-V. So this is the first one. Let me see something. I want to check something before we start. Let's see. Okay, so both disks are there. I want to see the role of the cluster. Okay, so they are configured for high availability. Okay, so errors, resource control. Let's see. This type machine cluster failed based on the process. I don't know. I need to check this, but we will just start 2 VMs. Where is it? Let's start them from SCVMM, power on, and the second one, power on. Let's see the console. Okay, so PVS is working. I just want to let them completely be powered on, and then I will try to failover the first host and see if they migrate on the second one, because this is what high availability means. This will take a little bit of time. I'll pause the video. Okay, let's see. Did they start correctly? Okay, looks promising. Let me see them also in PVS. Let's do a refresh here. Okay, so we have IPs, we have them green. This means they are working. I will not test the Citrix part. I just want to test the failover. So they are running on Hyper-V. Do I have sufficient memory on the other one? So 5 gigabytes. Yeah, this should be enough. Okay, let's failover one. The Hyper-V. And the simple failover is just to shut it down. Let's see. So F minus T0. I just want to make sure that it shuts down immediately. Okay, down. Let's see the VMs. Okay, the host should change if our failover works. Oh, and voila. The first one has switched. And the second one. Maybe it takes a little bit of time. Okay. Let's see, console. Okay, so they are alive. And they survived the failover. Okay, this was it. Oh, the third one also moved. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. Even if it stopped. Okay, so this was basically it. How much did it take? 40 minutes. So from 0 to a complete cluster with a few PVS machines in 40 minutes. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you liked this type of video.